Hi everyone, welcome back to KG Graves. My name's Kev. We're still over in Ireland and we're at Walshestown Cemetery. And we're here to visit the grave of the singer Joe Dolan, who had several hits in the UK charts. This is a special one for me and a dedication really to my mum who passed away in 2023. As usual, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching.
Different eyes, different size, different girls every day, different names, different games, took my breath clean away, but I'm changed, rearranged, I'm enlightened, and how you have caught me, you have taught me, and I'm different now. Take me and break me and close all your windows and doors. Shut me off, cut me off, make me an island, I'm yours. Take me away from the world, take me away from the girls. Take me and break me and make me an island, I'm yours.
Joe Dolan was born Joseph Francis Robert Dolan on the 16th of October 1939 in Mullingar, County Westmeath, Ireland, to parents Patrick and Ellen, née Brennan. He was an Irish singer. He was one of 9 children and orphaned at a young age. His father died when he was 10 years old and his mother died when he was 19. Joe sang in school and his mother encouraged him to take up the piano. He made his first stage appearance at a talent show held in the Marquee on the Fair Green in his native Mullingar. In 1958, as well as securing his first and last real job as a compositor in the local Westmeath Examiner newspaper, Joe got his first guitar. After learning some skills on the instrument, he and his saxophone-playing brother Ben started to play in the local bands. They soon formed a band of their own, the Drifters. Not long afterwards, the band was renamed Joe Dolan and the Drifters, and finally Joe Dolan and his Drifters, to avoid legal action from the American band of the same name. The first single, The Answer to Everything, was released in September 1964, reaching number 4 in the Irish charts. Joe's first US tour was in 1965, and followed an offer which he refused to play in Las Vegas. Instead, he decided to play a whistle-stop tour of Irish-American venues in places such as Chicago, New York and Boston. He then released the song That's When I See the Blue in Your Pretty Brown Eyes on the Pie record label in 1966. A second US tour in 1967 led to another offer to appear in Las Vegas, but again this was turned down. In September 1970, Joe and his band were performing at the Wookey Hollow Club in Liverpool. Joe and a member of his road crew stayed in the venue for drinks to chat to fans. Some people at a nearby table were attempting to bully the, by now closed, bar into providing them with champagne. Joe joked that they should come back in a few hours for a champagne breakfast. The men took exception to this and became abusive. Joe and his companion tried to leave, but were prevented from doing so. During the following fracas, he was head-butted, breaking his nose, kicked, punched, and slammed into lavatory fittings and a wall in a sustained attack that was only halted when the sound of police sirens could be heard. It took 6 weeks for him to recover well enough to return to work. The club was sued but went into liquidation. The police attempted to identify the perpetrators and held identity parades that Joe attended, but no one was ever prosecuted. In 1978, he became the first Irish artist and one of the first Western acts to tour the USSR. He played 23 concerts in 23 nights in Moscow, Leningrad, and the Moldovan capital, Chisinau. Eventually, in 1980, he accepted $10,000 a week plus board and lodgings to perform for 6 weeks over September and October at the Continental Lounge of the Silverberg Casino on the Strip in Vegas. Eventually playing 64 shows and selling out most of them, he and his band returned to Ireland to be immediately rebooked for Vegas in January 1981. Although he turned down subsequent offers to return to Vegas, other venues approached him with increased offers, thinking he was merely hunting around for the best deal, but Joe refused them all. Several other attempts were made through the years to entice him back, but he never returned, except on holiday. After reforming the band, Joe recorded a song called Make Me an Island, my favourite song by Joe, for Pi Records. The track was a hit in the UK and led to his first appearance on the BBC's Top of the Pops, which helped to make him the biggest Irish star in the world at that time. The song eventually became a #1 hit in 14 countries, as well as reaching #3 in the UK, becoming Joe's only British top 10 hit and one of only 4 hit singles in the UK top 50 charts, all of which performed better in the Irish charts. These were Teresa, You're Such a Good Looking Woman, and I Need You, which also made an impact. Joe released many more singles, mainly in Ireland, but internationally too. His next single, Lady in Blue, was his biggest ever hit, winning 5 gold records and selling 1 million copies. It charted in parts of continental Europe, Africa, and South America, but not in Ireland or the UK. In any given month, Joe could be touring the Middle East 1 week, Australia the next, then South Africa, and then back to Europe and Ireland. Further international successes and tours followed, with hits such as More and More and It's You, It's You, It's You, which, strangely enough, only reached 100 in the UK charts in 1983 and 96 as a remix in 1985. With his own record label, Studio Material, Joe became one of the biggest selling independent artists of the 1990s, with albums such as Endless Magic, keeping him near the top of the charts. At the end of the decade, he refined his voice for the 21st century when he hooked up with EMI for a series of albums such as Joe's 90s, 21st Century Joe, and Homegrown, which saw him tackle more contemporary music from acts as diverse as Oasis, Pulp, Blur, U2, Bruce Springsteen, The Coral and R.E.M., and his old pal Robbie Williams. At the Oxygen Festival 2009, Blur's Damon Albarn dedicated the song The Universal to Joe. Joe never married and dealt with speculation about his sexuality throughout his life. He spent much of his life dismissing persistent rumours that he was gay and offered a £500 reward in a newspaper for information leading to who was spreading the rumours. The official biography suggests that he had a quiet off-stage presence and preferred to keep romances out of the public eye, but cites a long relationship with Isabella Fogarty, whom he met in 1977, started dating in the 1980s, and subsequently lived with. She was with him when he became ill on the 25th of December 2007. Joe's health began to decline after he underwent a hip replacement in 2005, which took him off the road for 12 months and led to the discovery of type 2 diabetes, which appeared to account for the low energy levels he had been experiencing. Following a discussion with Keith Duffy of the boy band Boyzone, the hip bone that was replaced was signed and auctioned for €650, the proceeds being given to the Irish Autism Action. The hip bone was later sold on eBay, becoming the only body part to be sold on there. Joe returned to his schedule in 2006, but began to report further signs of low energy. Doctors diagnosed a low blood platelet count, and he began a series of blood transfusions. After each, he felt better for a period, but would eventually begin to feel weaker again. At this same time, he was also suffering from unexplained nosebleeds. In autumn 2007, on advice from his doctors, Joe cancelled his concerts due to exhaustion. On the 16th of December 2007, the front page of the Sunday Independent reported that Joe was suffering from a bad virus and had been forced to cancel his entire Christmas tour. His website received messages from well-wishers in the wake of the article, which was reproduced in several newspapers the following day. Despite the blood transfusions and other medical interventions, he became weaker, and he was finally discharged from the Mater Private Hospital in Dublin on the 23rd of December 2007 in a wheelchair. Joe spent Christmas Day 2007 at his home in Foxrock in south east Dublin with some friends. Later that evening, his illness suddenly worsened and he was rushed by ambulance to the Mater Hospital. En route to the hospital, he suffered a massive intercerebral hemorrhage, at which he became unconscious and was connected to life support equipment upon his arrival. At approximately 14:30 hours on St. Stephen's Day, Boxing Day, surrounded by friends and family, the machines were switched off and Joe died within 20 minutes on the 26th of December, never regaining consciousness. He was pronounced dead at 15:03. He was 68 years old. His funeral mass was held at the Cathedral of Christ the King, Mullingar, on the 29th of December 2007. Attendees at his funeral included singer Ronnie Dew from the Dubliners, comedian Frank Carson and snooker player Dennis Taylor. A 540-metre bridge was named after him in the Clonmore Industrial Estate in his hometown of Mullingar. It opened officially on the 6th of September 2010. It is the second longest bridge in the Republic of Ireland. There is a statue of Joe in Mullingar's Market Square. Joe released 19 studio albums and 14 compilation albums between 1968 and 2007. Let's see where his grave is located. So there you have it, the grave of the famous singer Joe Dolan, a special one for me and a dedication to my mum who passed away in 2023. As usual, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment below if you like Joe's songs. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one. Rest in peace, Joe Dolan.